I'm here to share some of my learnings in my first innings as an entrepreneur, because I'm now in my second innings. My second innings is now almost 4 years old. And my first innings lasted about, almost about 25 years, where we built Network 18. One is integrity. If you guys are going to be founding your own business and be in the wealth creating business, creating wealth for shareholders, for stakeholders, employees, you've got to have extraordinary integrity for the simple reason that people have to believe you. And if you can't carry your word through with them, believe me, you won't be very successful. Yes, you will always hear of the outlier who will do some, tweak, some jugaad, some sort of borderline crime and create wealth. You always hear of those stories, but those are the exceptions. The people who genuinely create a lot of wealth are people with very high integrity. And the second quality that you will necessarily need to have is the ability to handle adversity. Because I can tell you one thing that will happen to you in the world of entrepreneurship. It is going to be a really up and down ride. You'll never have one sort of graph in your life, never. Because your life will yo-yo along with business cycles. Your life will always be in the two extremes of fear and greed. You will make a hell of a lot of mistakes. You will have to recover from those mistakes. When you are on a roll and business is coming in more than you can handle, you believe this is going to last forever. And therefore you start creating fixed cost structures to actually handle variable revenue products. And that's a cardinal mistake, because it never continues forever. Nothing ever continues forever. Because we had this fixed cost structure, business plateaued, and we had no other option but to lay off people. And that's a gut-wrenching experience. I hope no one goes through it, but really, business cycles are such that you just have to. Be opportunistic. Do not wait to say, it's going to get better. Well, if things are going swimmingly for you, markets are good, your business is good, go and pick up equity at a very hefty premium. When you're a first-generation person, you don't understand the value of equity. You believe equity is the cheapest form of financing because the guy is giving you risk capital. He's not asking it back. It's free. So, in your very simplistic mind, equity is free. Actually, equity is the most expensive form of capital because equity never comes back. It's a one-way street. Once you've sold it, it's gone. You've sold a part of your company away. So, I'm not saying don't do it. You have to do it to grow. You need external capital. But remember, equity is the most precious form of capital. If you can build your business in the initial stages with capital from any other source but external equity, do it to the extent you can. We were doing very well in the world of business news programming. So our BBC show was really doing well. I was anchoring it. It came on a Sunday. It went globally. We were then approached by a Wall Street Journal company, along with the Hindujas, to become a three-way JV partner to launch India's first live business news channel. We were just 4-5 years old in the world of business. And as I said, 3 or 4 crores in top line. And completely overawed by the stature of the two people sitting across the table with me. And we just signed on anything that came our way. We just signed the joint venture agreement. We didn't have the stature or the financial wherewithal to engage good lawyers. Joint venture negotiations are no charity. Joint venture negotiations, each party looks out for their interest. And that's the way it should be. You must maximize your interest. But you need a good lawyer, for God's sake, who can interpret that dense language that comes in those contracts.